Hello everyone, this is Megan Lewczyk with Jaeger CPA Review, and I thought I would hop on here and see if there were any questions regarding the score release that just recently posted. The scores from July 1st through August 31st just were released yesterday for the majority of the state boards of accountancy. And so if you're not a NASBA state, you may still be waiting, but the rest of you most likely got your scores, and hopefully it was good news. If it was not good news, my number one piece of advice is don't give up. So if you didn't pass the most recent exam, if you are feeling discouraged about the whole exam process, my number one piece of advice is consider the test that you just took a practice exam. Don't consider it a life-changing event that is going to impact your career for the rest of time. It's not. So just take a deep breath, give yourself a day or two to kind of regroup, reattack with new eyes the material that you need to study to pass this exam. If you are going to be going in for a retake, the best place to start is to look at the AICPA blueprints. If you haven't downloaded these, I don't know where you've been. Hey, go download them. They're free from the AICPA. Go to aicpa.org, look for CPA exam, click on exam content. They will be right there. They're updated about every 6 months or so, and it'll list everything you need to know for the exam. So it'll list out every topic and every representative task that you're going to need to know on the CPA exam. When you look at this, it'll be a chart. They'll have 4 columns. These columns will say remembering, understanding, application, analysis, and evaluation. So when you look at that, hey, those are going to translate into whether or not you're going to need to know those topics at a little bit of lower level. So remembering and understanding is a little lower level. That's going to be a multiple choice question most likely. If you need to know them at a higher level, so the ones that are on the right side of that, so application, analysis, and evaluation, those will probably be on the exam as a task-based simulation. So what I suggest that you do, again, if you're going in for a retake, sit down with the blueprint, go through each representative task, and mark the ones that you're unsure about. And then go back into the material and start studying those individual topics. So I see a couple people joining in. If you are just joining me, if you have any questions, give them a type into this comment box and I can answer them for you. Let me know if you've taken the exam recently. If you have any questions about the CPA exam, you're thinking about it and you want to know a little bit more. And so if you have questions about the exam, one of the other number one questions that we get asked is what order to take the exam in. Typically, we recommend that you take the exam in the following order: FAR, Audit, Reg, BEC. However, there is some caveat to that since we're coming up at the end of the year and there's going to be some exam changes starting that are going into effect in Q1 of 2019. So if you're taking the exam in Q4, we do recommend that if you've been studying regulation for this part of the year, maybe you're taking a retest for regulation, try to get it done in Q4. Then you won't have to learn all of the new rules. If hopefully you can pass it in Q4, you won't have to rememorize some of the rules that are changing. I think it'll be a lot easier. So if you are, again, taking regulation, you maybe have a retake to take, you're planning to schedule your order for the next couple months, try to get regulation tested prior to the end of the year. If you have memorized some of those regulations in school or you've been studying CPA exam review material and are taking a retest on regulation. All right, I don't see any questions coming in, so I guess I'll call it quits on our live today, but thanks for joining me and we'll talk to you soon.